It's a great night for basketball in Osseo tonight. Rivals Maple Grove and Osseo play in a girls-boys doubleheader. Big games in the Northwest Suburban Conference. From Osseo High School, John Jacobson, along with Ryan Iverson. Jay Wilcox will be along later for the boys game. But Ryan, let's start with this 5:30 girls game. Osseo coming in red hot. They have won 10 straight games, and Maple Grove on a winning streak of their own.
Yeah, they got a 3-game winning streak, and I always say we watch it in the NFL. Anytime you have great rivalries, John, you throw records, you throw statistics. These kids all know each other. The fans know each other. I expect very, very competitive games, really in both the girls and the boys doubleheader. And all four teams, very, very, very good, very deep. A lot of talent here tonight in girls and boys basketball.
Osseo girls started out 1-2, but they have won 10 straight. As I mentioned, Maple Grove has 5 losses on the year, but in the conference, they're 5-1, just a game behind Osseo in the West Division of the Northwest Suburban. So it's a huge game for the Crimson.
Yeah, and it's not very often you have a doubleheader, girls, boys, between two different schools where you're playing for to sit atop the conference championship right now. So 5-1 Maple Grove, 6-0 Osseo. Osseo's won 10 games in a row. Their first loss, like you mentioned, to Rogers. The only other loss was to St. Michael Albertville, who's number 3 right now in the state. So they are a very good team. I love their depth. Maple Grove's got a couple of really nice, talented girls too. They're 5-1 in conference, so I just expect a dandy of a first game here.
Let's look at our key players tonight, starting with the visitors from Maple Grove, and the senior Kenzie Barta brings a great all-around game to the floor for the Crimson.
Well, you just said it. I love players that are versatile, and she can score in a variety of ways. Very effective at shooting the three-pointer. She gets to the free throw line. She knows how to get fouled. She has the mid-range. She's got good dribbling. She's a very good rebounder, too, averaging over 6 rebounds. So she does a little bit of everything, and that makes it really hard to figure out a way to guard her, too.
And for Osseo, we know about Kiara Russell, who leads the metro area in scoring, but it's those complementary players that make a team successful. And Osseo Azaria Reed, no slouch in talent, but certainly one of those complementary players.
Well, I love Azaria Reed, and she's averaging a little over 8 points, a little over 8 rebounds. I think if Osseo is going to be the complete team they hope to be, where they make a run at maybe a state championship, I think they're going to need to get her more involved, John. I think she's a very productive post player, and anytime you have that inside out with her and Kiara Russell, so difficult to guard. So I expect Azaria Reed in a game like today to be really a big force inside.
Crowd already filing in for this one for a big doubleheader tonight. Osseo and Maple Grove girls basketball, and the boys to follow. We'll have it live for you on Channel 12 in just a moment.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids
you.
how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head.
It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NEDA helpline. We have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
A few moments away from tip-off tonight between Osseo and Maple Grove. We get ready for this one, and should be a great one here tonight between both the Crimson and the Orioles, and both girls and boys basketball. The girls tipping it off early as the starters introduced on the floor.
Yeah, and we got a chance to talk to Mark Cook, the Maple Grove head coach, and I just said, when you're playing against a girl like Kiara Russell, what do you do differently? He said, we're not going to change anything other than we're going to overly help. And he kind of just talked about, hey, she's going to get her. She's that good. But can we limit the rest of that team? So maybe we contain Kiara Russell to 20 and 25, and we just got to limit everyone else.
Let's look at the starters tonight for each of these teams. For Maple Grove, we talked about Kenzie Barta in the pregame. She's joined by Maddie Tharp, Kylie Binstock, Allie Schmidt, and Autumn Molina. And for the Osseo Orioles, their starters, Ari Jones, just came back from an injury that kept her out 3 games around Christmas. Kate Klein, Kiara Russell, Michaela Hamola, and Azaria Reed.
And I don't think we should discount Ari Jones and her knee, because if she gets her rhythm and her timing back, she's one of the better players in this conference. And what's remarkable is they've been able to have such a great start to the season, really without her being a major role. She's a 10 to 12 point scorer normally, and she's, her average right now is at 4. She's still trying to find her rhythm. There's nothing, when you're sitting out and you're watching and you get thrown back in, it takes a while for game speed and just to get used to that ball, used to your teammates again.
And she's a big help to other players, too. I talked to Kiara Russell after that TV game that we did 10 days ago, Ryan, here against Armstrong. You look at the all-time series, really dominated by Osseo right from the get-go, 30-12, and you saw a year ago when they played just a 2-point game.
Well, that's what I see. It doesn't matter. You could have one team that's at the top of their game, the other one that wouldn't be. I would still expect a close game. You know, there's just something about when these two schools get together, it's always competitive.
Getting back to when talking to Kiara Russell, she said, I love having my point guard out there, setting her up, having Ari Jones back from that injury. And she came back in limited role in that game that we saw her, but this is her second game starting since missing 3 games.
It does too, is it allows Kiara Russell to play off the ball where she's more comfortable rather than assuming more of a ball handling role, or Hamola as well having to handle the ball.
Opening tip. You get a whistle. And it's Maple Grove ball. Let's see what they had called there. It looked like Osseo had possession, but they'll give the ball to Maple Grove, and so they will inbound.
Well, I think tempo too, John, is a really big part of this game. Maple Grove, they're going to want to run clock, get a few ball reversals, make Osseo play defense for an extended period of time. Whereas Osseo, who is so potent at taking the ball away, stealing the ball, they want to get in the track meet. Up and down they can go.
3-point shot, long from Maddie Tharp. Osseo with its first possession of the game. Hamola into the front court for the Orioles. Reed at the high post, faces the basket now, will put it on the floor. Turns, missed in the shot, and rebounded by Allie Schmidt. To Binstock at midcourt. Good work around the perimeter, moving the ball around by Maple Grove. Binstock now into the post, back out. Now she'll put it on the floor to the corner. Tharp with a fake. Now she'll go into the lane, off the glass, too strong, and the rebound comes to Barta. She'll put up the shot and score the first points of the game.
Well, I love her patience, John. She got the rebound. She didn't force it. She dribbled out, and then she attacked for a mid-range shot. She's a very smart basketball player.
Kate Klein looking. I'll hand off to Jones. Cut off, has to go in with the pass, trying to get it to Klein, and that's picked off by Binstock. Mark Cook talked to me about the youth of his team. He had some veteran players like Tharp and Barta, but a lot of young players. He said, I had 3 players starting the season, including that young lady, Autumn Malinar, who scores, a sophomore, who came into this year not having played a single varsity minutes. And now they're finally getting into it a little more. You played a dozen games, and you're a little more adjusted to what it's like at this level.
Yeah, and the nerves are out of it at this point. You've gotten enough games under your belt where it's just basketball. And what I love about Maple Grove, they have 4 players, averaging over 7.2 points per game. Malinar is one of them. So they have very balanced attack. They don't have a dominant scorer. Obviously, Barta leads the team with 14 points, but very balanced attack.
Steal by Jones after Osseo had turned it over, and so they get possession back.
And that's one thing you can't do against Osseo. They are tenacious defensively. They live for steals, averaging almost 15 steals per game as a team. And you give them extra possessions, you give this girl extra possessions.
Oh my goodness, that was a great move.
And that's what it results in more often than not. When they get more possessions off of turnovers like that, you get just one of the most dynamic players in the state of Minnesota a chance to get her first shot in the books.
Kiara Russell averaging 25.6 points per game, headed to Arizona State next year. Tie up in the paint as Binstock got tied up by Jones. Alter possession will give it to Osseo.
What's amazing about that move that we just saw the replay of is she split 2 defenders, which you see in the NBA. You don't see that in high school basketball. And on top of that, she used her offhand, which is her right hand, able to finish with the finger roll. And it just, her body control, her skill level is just off the charts. And happy for Arizona State. Wish she was staying home and we could watch her play for the Gophers next year.
I think they're discussing the alternate possession. Remember, right at the tip-off, Osseo briefly had it, then there was a whistle. They gave it to Maple Grove.
And that's why I think it's going to be Osseo ball right now.
Mark Cook was arguing on what that it should go to his team, but it will be Osseo's basketball as the Orioles bring it up. Jones and Osseo trailing by 2. Hamor with the left wing. Russell back to Hamola.
Well, and I like the matchup too. Barta's electing to guard Russell, so you get two seniors locked into each other. They know each other's game, ultra competitive.
Jones, nice move past Binstock, a little too strong on the shot. Comes out to Reed, 15-footer, back iron not good. Malinar can't control it, and Hamola has it for Osseo. They'll get another shot here on this possession. Bounce pass going in and picked off. A good play by Tharp, knocked it away, and Maple Grove gets the steal. Tharp had it stripped away from her. Take away by Osseo. Hamola aggressive to the basket, now backs it out and gives it to Jones. Ball knocked away. There's a steal for Binstock. And out of bounds, just lost it off her hand. Is that off of Jones? Yes, it may have been. As I look at Mark Cook now in his 11th year as head coach at Maple Grove.
Well, just
7-5 this year.
Done a really nice job in his 11 years. I think, you know, everyone can have a good year or two, but he's just built a solid, sustainable, successful program. So really nice job, Mark Cook. But Ari Jones there, you see that hustle getting back in transition, John, not giving up what would have been a layup. And here's another steal.
Russell averages 5 steals per game, but misses the layup. Can't finish on the play. Barta back ahead for Maple Grove to Binstock. Bounce pass into Tharp. Nice little turnaround and scores.
Well, I love Tharp knowing that she's got the height advantage over Port there. Just caught it, didn't put the ball on the floor, didn't allow a guard to come down and strip at it, went right up, able to finish at the rim. That's a matchup I think Maple Grove's going to be able to get a lot of points out of, is Maddie Tharp down in the post.
Lamia Ntunwe has her shot blocked. She's into the game now for Osseo. Gets another chance, but the second one wouldn't go either, and it's rebounded by Allie Schmidt.
She's coming off a patella injury earlier in the year, so they're bringing her along slowly. Each game she's getting a little bit more strength, a little bit more minutes, but she could be a really big part in this Osseo offense because she's got great height. And you can see she's aggressive attacking the basket.
Schmidt back out front to Barta. Played over just over 5 minutes here in this first half. 4-point Crimson lead. Linar now for Tharp, and that's stripped away. Another steal for Russell. She'll take it to the basket, scores, and it's fouled.
You know, if you had to pick a clip that sums Kiara Russell's skill set, right there, that was the play. She just watch her shoot this passing lane. That's not even her girl. She just attacks the ball. And again, she's a left-handed player, John. Watch her finish with the right hand. I mean, she's an ultimate scorer, and scorers just know how to get shots off, draw fouls, and she's a very good free throw shooter as well. I mean, she's as impressive of a girls basketball player as I've seen in a few years.
Russell back iron missed the free throw on the rebound to Sarah Limata, who's into the game now, 6-foot junior, number 30. Also in for the Crimson, Skylar Dodge, a 5'6" junior, number 10. Schmidt holding. Out. There's Barta with a 3. Missed on it. Rebound to Schmidt. Her shot is long. And rebounded by Hamola. Back ahead comes Osseo. Russell, jumper, up, in and out. Ntunwe fighting for the ball, but ends up in the hands of Schmidt through her hands. Reed has it. Hands off. Ball, Port with a great spin that couldn't finish. High-up jump ball to be Maple Grove basketball.
Yeah.
Look at Jen Moen, first-year head coach at Osseo. Took over for John Reeser, who's been on the Osseo staff, but now first year's head coach, and 11-2. It's her career record. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I think, you know, she might have the highest active winning percentage in all of Minnesota. No, Jen's done a nice job with this program, and it certainly helps when you got a lot of nice talent. Look at the defensive intensity. Osseo picking up full court. They force a 5-second call. So what I'm seeing early here, John, a lot of turnovers, right? Maple Grove wanting to take care of the ball. Osseo getting turnovers. There's another one. The other thing I noticed, Osseo just beating Maple Grove to the balls. The loose balls that are on the ground, Osseo seems to just be a step ahead getting all those loose balls.
Russell off to Hamola. Osseo looking to tie it up here. Taking it is Mina Port, and she's fouled by Tharp. And it looks like Port will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and Port just got such a quick move. Look at that crossover, that right to left crossover. And that time, I thought that Tharp had good defensive positioning. We call that when you get your hands caught in the cookie jar, right, John? You just got to slide without reaching. The temptation is always to reach and get that ball. But if she would have just kept her hands up, I think that would have been excellent defense.
Port averaging just over 8 points per game off the bench. Misses both free throws here, though, and it ends up in the hands of Tharp. So Osseo unable to cash in on 3 free throws here in the last minute, and it's still Maple Grove ahead. This bounce pass inside, and Limita is fouled and will go to the line for 2. And the feed from Dodge. Limita gets to the basket and will shoot 2.
You know, we saw Osseo against Armstrong a couple weeks ago, and we saw some really quick guards for Armstrong take it right at Osseo, to not be fearless. I think that's how you attack this Osseo team, is they have such good guards. But if you go at them, they're vulnerable to being beat by penetration. And that time, I thought Skylar Dodge, a great job. She got right into the middle of the paint, made a really unselfish play. So I think you can drive against this Osseo team.
Limita misses the second one. Lane violation, though, on Osseo, so she'll get 1 more.
Yeah, both teams starting out not shooting the free throws very well. Both excellent free throw shooting teams.
Missed, didn't even hit the rim on that one, so it'll be an inbound for Osseo.
And I always maintain, when you're playing a tough opponent, especially when you're on the road, the little things you got to do to win, John, get the 50-50 balls. You got to box out, and you got to make free throws. Those are really the keys, especially when you're trying to beat a team on the road.
Lob down low, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Schmidt. Russell missing on, or Nola missing on that pass. And
yeah,
turnover Osseo.
Good help side defense there, and that time that ball, that's a tough angle from the top of the key there. Ball hung in the air, excellent help defense by Maple Grove.
There's Port with the steal off to Russell, and she's fouled by Barta.
Well, we talked about it. I mean, again, a steal into transition, and Osseo does it better than anybody around. And that's why taking care of the ball, especially on the perimeter against him, you really, even if you don't get a great shot, but you don't allow that to happen, you're almost playing defense against them, because they turn a loose ball turnover into a fast break as well as anyone in the state of Minnesota.
Maliner back in, and also Binstock for Maple Grove. Tharp and Limita come out.
You know, watch the arc, too, that she gets on her jump shot.
Russell hits both free throws, and we're tied up at 6.
Got such a nice shooting touch.
Strong drive to the basket. Shot missed, and then Barta gets her own rebound, scores, and is fouled.
What I love that she did there, she attacked, she missed it, but watch her quit on this. A lot of players shoot this and they watch. Watch her go right up and get her offensive rebound, and she didn't hesitate a second. She was able to release that second shot while taking the contact. Just a really heads-up play and a chance for a three-point conversion. And again, that time you see Maple Grove, what were they doing? Attacking this Osseo defense. In the half court, in the perimeter, you got to be so protective of the ball. That time they looked to attack, able to get a good look out of it.
Barta couldn't get the free throw, and Tutway rebound. Jones front court. And off of Hamola out of bounds. Turnover Osseo.
And really what's amazing too is Osseo offensively usually takes really good care of the basketball. They got quick guards, they play fast, but they take good care of the basketball. That's an uncharacteristic turnover, unforced turnover as well.
Reed back in for Osseo. And Megan Lee comes out. Through the hands of Binstock, turnover Maple Grove.
You know, and again, it's ball pressure. When you have your center up pressuring the ball 25 feet away from the basket, you make it's uncomfortable for offenses to run what they want to do. And it all stems with ball pressure, playing the passing lanes, being ultra aggressive and quick, and having really good decision making.
Reed to Jones. Reed left open. Now will drive the basketball. Floats the shot up. Won't get it to go. How did Russell get that one in? Kiara Russell has all 8 of her team's points. That was pretty special. 8-8 game.
Well, Coach Cook said he wanted, let maybe Russell get her own, but limit everyone else. Well, so far they've done that.
Barta able to keep her dribble so she can get called for traveling there, and then ball knocked out of bounds off of Osseo. Klein coming back in for the Orioles, and then Tutway out.
I always maintain too, when you're playing a defense like Osseo, things that work or that will soften their defensive pressure up are ball fakes, backdoors, reversals, quick post entries, things like that where you can get at them quickly and take advantage of their aggressiveness.
Malinar to Schmidt. That ball was tipped by Klein. Then open underneath. Malinar got free. Great assist from Allie Schmidt. Maple Grove back in front.
And she stuck with the play. Katie Klein doing a great job. Tips the ball in the passing lane out by half court. Slow getting back. They're able to convert that into 2 points.
Reed out high. Comes to the side and then kicks it back out. 3-point shot. Missed by Jones. Rebounded by Barta.
And even though that one didn't go down, John, nice inside out. You get a great look. That's a shot Ari Jones is going to start knocking down.
In and out on the baseline jumper from Malinar. Here's Russell, right wing. Now it's Reed. 3-point shot from Azario is short and out of bounds.
It's tough to defend.
Russell put it on the floor. Trying to go underneath, but nobody there.
Really nice job of helping by Malinar. She came off her girl that time, showed on Kiara Russell, got the ball out of her hands. Just a really nice help defensive play with her.
Binstock looking for someone to pass it to, puts it on the floor and hands it off to Tharp. Klein guarding her. Now Barta. She'll drive it, and it's foul. Russell and Port were there. We'll see which one gets whistled for the foul. It'll be on Port. That'll be her second.
No, that's a big foul. If Port has to come out of the game, she's so versatile in what Osseo does. At that time, I thought Maple Grove just a little bit better in rhythm, a couple of nice swings, forcing Osseo to play defense. And then, of course, Barta, who's really the leader offensively, gets a nice passing angle. I always maintain, too, teams that are so aggressive defensively, if you can hang on to the ball, make them play defense for a really extended period of time, you're going to get driving lanes open up.
Barta's a 78% free throw shooter. She hits both there, and Maple Grove back in front. Hamola came in for Port at that whistle with the basketball here for the Orioles. Kiara Russell. Now the Jones, deep three-pointer by Ari Jones, in and out, and rebounded by Tharp. Tharp, a nice job of rebounding there without going over the back. Jones steps in there and knocks the ball away. Maple Grove will inbound.
These Osseo defenders remind me of defensive backs in football, don't they? I mean, where they're reading the quarterback's eyes and they want interceptions. Every time that ball is in the air, they are flying to it. You really have to take care of the basketball.
Schmidt back for Malinar, missed the shot, and a foul in the paint. And it'll be whistled against Jones of Osseo. First on Jones, 4th team foul. Now each team with 4 team fouls. 6:20 to play here in the first half. Malinar, and Russell steps in for another steal. Nice move, and then gets it off to Hamola for the basket. That was a great pass, but an even better move at midcourt to get around Binstock and create that 2-on-1.
She's just excited, isn't she? Just to watch. I mean, even just she gets a steal in transition, a beautiful ball handling display, and then he couldn't have passed it, but a nice one-handed pass for an easy layup.
Driving to the paint, and nice basket there by Maddie Tharp.
She's 6'3". She's got great height, I thought she was going to have a big game tonight. I think her matchup is one that the Crimson are going to be able to exploit more often than not down low. That time she drove hard from the perimeter in a beautiful finish. You know, Kiara Russell, for as much as she scores, I think she's really unselfish too.
Reed 2-point shot, and that drops.
Oh, they counted a 3, John.
I thought she had a foot on the line, but yeah.
It certainly looked like it.
Mark Cook was like, hey, foot was on the line. But it's a 3, so the first basket for Reed. Orioles by 2, almost another steal. Schmidt to the basket, and they're going to call a charge as Hamola able to draw the foul.
Yeah, hit that 3-pointer by Reed. We'll get a chance if we can see. Oh, she was behind the 3-point line. That's the right line, the right call. And she got a friendly roll here at home. You know, she's got a nice shooting touch. I think that's a shot Maple Grove will live with, but she's shown the ability to be able to knock that down.
Mola to Jones. We're inside of 5 minutes to go in the half. And that pass over the head of Lee and out of bounds. So unforced turnover there by Osseo will give Crimson a chance to tie or go ahead with a 3. Barta to Tharp. Lauren Moline is number 31, gets it off to Binstock on the bounce pass. Back to Moline. She'll drive to the basket. A little too strong, gets her own rebound and scores. So Moline just into the game, able to cash in on that possession.
Well, you're seeing Maple Grove able to drive to the basket. I think they play such pressure defense that there's driving lanes. If you can beat the initial defender, you can get all the way to the rim. That time she threw it up, followed it right away, and able to finish. A big bucket, we're all tied. This has a feeling, doesn't it, JJ? It's going to be back and forth, tied for the majority of the game here today.
Russell, Bart out on her, excuse me.
No, I love that matchup right there. Those two, just competitors. Both guarding each other.
Tunway gets her shot blocked out of bounds. We talked about Russell. Barta next year headed to Division I basketball. Yep. She'll play at Harvard next year.
I could think of a lot worse schools to go to than Harvard. I mean, that's a great opportunity because, you know, basketball gives you that pathway to go there. You graduate from Harvard in 4 years, you've set yourself up for life. So just an awesome story. Love seeing all the kids here in Minnesota, girls and boys, that get a chance to play Division I basketball.
Steal by Maple Grove. Limita getting her hand in there, took the ball away for the Crimson.
They said, we're sick of watching you guys steal it from us. We're going to start stealing it back.
Drive to the basket from the wing, and another 2 for Moline. Back comes Osseo quickly, and Hamola shot blocked out of bounds by Tharp.
And that's where being 6'3" comes in really handy. Watch her, and I love it too. She went straight up, avoided any body contact. And on the other side, Moline come in. You know, that's sometimes too, when you get a role player that gets a bucket early, they get a little confident. And that's back-to-back baskets for Moline, and she's really giving Maple Grove a lift.
Reed turning. Shot off the mark. Tharp rebounds. They'll give it to Barta and into the front court to Binstock. Back out Tharp. One dribble. Oh, no, it's stolen away by Russell. Tried to get it to Barta. Russell steals it and scores.
Have we seen that play before in this half?
That's a couple times.
I mean, that's got to be 6 steals already in the first half. You've got to ball fake with this Osseo defense because, especially with Kiara Russell, she is so adept, got such a high basketball IQ. She knows where that ball is going to go, and she gets her hands in the lane and, again, turns it into 2 points.
Underneath, great assist from out on the wing by Barta, setting up Tharp for an easy 2.
And when Maple Grove's been able to run their offense, John, they've gotten whatever they want. They're getting great shots. It's just a matter of taking care of the ball, not turning it over.
Russell, 3-point shot, long. Reed can't chase it down. It's Maple Grove basketball.
Yeah, and again, you can just see it, drive and kick. It's the right idea, but that's where you got to go low with the bounce pass or fake low, go high. Kiara Russell, she's just an animal defensively, and they want steals. You've got to protect the basketball. You got to give yourself more possessions because Maple Grove been able to get whatever they want when they've been patient and able to take care of the ball.
Binstock. Shot long from Moline and rebounded by Hamola. She's quickly ahead to the basket. Up. Not good. Russell trying to foul. Not good. Gets another try, and that one is good.
You know, so we talk about talent and style and all that. Sometimes it's just heart. You know, she's down there against taller girls, getting 4 or 5 different jumps before anyone else has gotten off the floor once. She's, you know, I sometimes really gifted players, people don't realize and recognize how hard they work. And that time she earned that bucket.
Binstock driving, gets it blocked out of bounds.
That time it looked like there was some contact going on down there.
So
I thought there was going to be a foul. But again, Maple Grove being aggressive, attacking the basket, able to get a nice look. They're going to keep the ball.
Ari Jones back in. Tied at 20 here with just over a minute to play in the half. And that inbound pass sails out of bounds. It's over to Osseo. So the Orioles seeing if they can take the lead into halftime here. Hamola front court. Russell out near half court now. We'll start at dribble in. Pull up from 17. Missed. Rebounded by Tharp. A good rebound for the senior. Gives it to Binstock, who's into the front court. 45 seconds to go in the half. 3-point try from Barta. It's long, but the offensive rebound pulled down by Moline. Moline gets it back left side. Binstock. Leave it up and then back out. Here's Barta. Another three, and this one's good. Barta with 9 points. Crimson by 3 with 20 seconds to play in the first half. Ryan Iverson will be talking to each head coach here at halftime. Hamola looking for the tie. Can't get it to go. Tharp rebounds. Final seconds of the half. Barta to Binstock. They'll have to hurry. Shot up at the buzzer, rounding in. Moline with 6 points late in the half, and that bucket puts Maple Grove up by 5 at halftime by a score of 25-20. So a late run from the Crimson. They led a good share of that half, but really come on strong there in the final 90 seconds to give themselves a 5-point lead. So that is big for Maple Grove. Let's go down to the floor now. Ryan Iverson with Jen Moen.
Hey, thanks, John. I thought overall, Coach, really good first half. Your defensive pressure was outstanding. You created a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, that's exactly what we hope to do. That's always our game plan.
Just for you personally, the first time in this heated rivalry as a head coach, I mean, how much fun is it? Maybe not the score right now, but how much fun is this atmosphere?
This is a great atmosphere. We love it.
What do you tell these girls at halftime?
We just got to keep playing. We got to make sure we don't take any mental breaks, and so just keep battling with them.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
You're right. All right, John, back to you.
Orioles lead by 5. Excuse me, Crimson lead the Orioles by 5. 25-20 Maple Grove in front. We'll take timeout. Come back with more of our halftime from Osseo High School after this timeout.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy? Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Maple Grove 25, Osseo 20. Halftime of our girls-boys basketball doubleheader on this Friday night from Osseo High School. Highlights from the opening half of play. Ryan, we expected a close game. That's what we got. Mackenzie Barta hitting an early 2 for the Crimson there. She's been their top scorer so far all season and tonight's game. Great pass, and Maddie Tharp able to score on that bucket for Maple Grove. Barta with a drive and able to get her own rebound. And Maple Grove's been able to score some baskets that way on penetration baskets and passing in to the paint.
Well, quick hits, and that was just a beautiful play right there. Kiara Russell, who's had a huge first half. I love this game. Both stars have had big first halves, and we could show this play 10 different times because that's what it was. Kiara Russell playing the passing lanes, getting out in transition and finishing.
Another steal by Russell here, and that was a great move there, and sets up Hamola for the layup.
I mean, just her dribbling to get through that, was amazing. Then a one-handed bounce pass too. I mean, she's a special player, a lot of fun to watch. This is right before the end of the half. I'll tell you, John, how big has Moline been off the bench here in the first half with a couple of big buckets?
Sophomore guard with 6 points in limited minutes. Barta with 9, Tharp and Moline 6 each. Russell with 12 of her team's 20 points, Amola 4 and Reed 3.
The other thing too, I think if you would have told Maple Grove, hey, we're going to hold Osseo to 20 points in the first half, you'd sign up for that 10 out of 10 times. And to be honest with you, John, if Maple Grove takes care of the ball, this is maybe a 10 to 15 point lead going into halftime.
Osseo pep band here tonight. Great atmosphere at Osseo High School. Our halftime score, Maple Grove 25, Osseo 20. We'll take a timeout and come back with more of high school girls basketball from the Northwest Suburban Conference on 12 Sports in a moment.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
And
Maple Grove 25, Osseo 20. Halftime girls basketball tonight from Osseo High School. Saw the scoring leaders and some of the highlights before we went to break. You can look at some of the numbers in the first half. Maple Grove shooting the ball pretty well, 11 out of 23, nearly 48%. Just one three-pointer made, but it was a big one by Barta late in the half. And for Osseo, not shooting the ball as well as you can see. They had more shot attempts in part because Maple Grove had more turnovers in that first half. And Osseo just one three-pointer made in 6 tries. And both teams struggling so far from the free throw line. There's a look at the turnover number. Maple Grove with 14 and Osseo 20, and certainly a key factor in this first half. Even though Maple Grove is ahead, is one thing that Coach Cook told us before the game. Said we got to limit our turnovers, which is easier said than done against this Osseo team, and particularly Kiara Russell is so quick and able to steal the ball. And but that has been a factor in many of Osseo's wins this year, able to force the defense into making mistakes and taking away wins. But right now they trail by 5. Here's a look at the conference standings in the West Division of the Northwest Suburban Conference coming into play tonight. So this has first place implications. If Maple Grove can hold on to this win, they'd be tied with Osseo for first. Clark Center is playing tonight. They're just 2 games back, and presumably would be could stay within a game if they win tonight as well. Titina Grace at 3-3, and then Armstrong, Irondale, and Spring Lake Park all 1-5 in conference games. Both teams back out on the floor inside of a minute before we get ready for the second half. Let's go back. Ryan Iverson standing by with Mark Cook.
Hi, thanks, John. Hey, I'm here with Coach. Coach, you got a 5-point lead here at halftime. What did you think about taking care of the basketball? I know that was something that was really important to you guys coming into this game.
Well, we didn't do a very good job of it. They got 15 of their 20 points are on turnovers right now. When we did what we wanted them to do, which was to have to play a half-court offense, I thought we played really well. When we turn the ball over, they're just too good. They just convert and transition so well.
I think one of the things from watching you guys is your balance. You got girls coming off the bench giving you great production. You got a variety of scores. I mean, how important is that for you guys to win this game?
Well, I think Lauren Moline saved our tails there the last 8 minutes. She played fantastic. I think we're going to have kids contribute from top to bottom in order to beat these guys. They're just that good.
Hey, really quickly, what is this rivalry, Osseo Maple Grove? What's it like for you being a head coach for the 11th year? What's this rivalry like?
It never gets old. It's always a lot of fun.
All right, go get him, Coach. Thanks. All right, John, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Ryan. Thanks for a moment of Coach Cook and Coach Moen's time here at halftime. Good second half we expect here tonight. And one more game, of course, still to follow. The boys between these two teams, the 3rd and 4th ranked teams in the state coming up. The Crimson ranked number 3, Osseo number 4. First possession of the second half is to Osseo. Let's see if they can get back some of the momentum they lost just before halftime.
Well, how big was that last minute there?
Yeah.
Getting a three-pointer, and then, Molina again off the bench, hitting that jump shot. I mean, it's a shot in your arm. When you're on the road playing a really good team like that, to go up 5 and to get the momentum, that's huge.
Russell's shot blocked by Tharp. Barta to Tharp into the front court.
Coach Cook told me that they had kept stats, 15 steals in the first half for Osseo.
Ball goes inside, off the glass, and Malinar able to score.
Well, she's 5'11", only a sophomore, but that time they were able to get it down. And again, to Coach Cook's point, they're able to run their offense, able to get a good shot, whatever they want.
Tharp with another block, that time blocked to Mola. Binstock will hand off to Tharp. Biggest lead of the game here for the Crimson at 7 points. Schmidt to Binstock, who goes to the corner. Zips it across. Tharp three-point shot. Back iron not good. Pretty good look at it, but couldn't get it to go. Klein rebounds. Now Russell bounce pass ahead to Jones.
You know, that's one thing you got to do too. When you miss a shot, you got to sprint back, get back in transition. This Osseo team is quick, they're fast, and they're very unselfish. They'll throw it up ahead and get an easy look.
Schmidt at the block. Einar out. Binstock out. Missed on the shot. Schmidt had a handout, and it's off of her and out of bounds.
You know, even though Maple Grove, they've missed 2 perimeter jump shots, just nice flow. Playing inside, they draw the help. Swing it weak side, they get good looks on it. So at least they're taking care of the basketball, getting good shot attempts out of it.
Ari Jones. Bounce pass, Reed. Turns on, puts it on the floor to the basket, high off the glass, missed. And rebounded by Barta.
Well, she missed that shot, but that was just a great move. A nice, quick, explosive one dribble to the basket. That's a shot she's got to make and one she normally will make.
Yeah, and sometimes too, Ryan, when you're going against taller players inside, you're altering your shot, whether you realize the guy trying to get it around the arms of Schmidt or Tharp. Hamola strong to the basket, now kicks it out with the pass. Down the line, and Einar unable to hang on to it. Had the possession back for Maple Grove, but couldn't hang on to the basketball.
Well, and to your point, John, you know, Maddie Tharp has had a number of blocks here tonight. You know what you start doing? You start wondering, is she by me? Do I have to rush this? And that's when you get those kind of misses. So shot blocks, you know, obviously, you know, it's a bigger impact than just the number of shots that you block. You start getting people to think about it, and that's when you've really done your job, you've been effective.
Zaria Reed gets past Tharp that time though and scores.
Well, in that matchup, Maddie Tharp, you know, who can move her feet, who's pretty quick for her size and is a very long defender. I think Zaria Reed's got the quickness advantage. She's able to do that 1-2 quick dribbles. She can get to the basket. I love that timeout from Coach Cook. What Osseo was doing there is they're trapping that first pass. Once it gets over half court, he sensed that his players were in trouble, and maybe turnover looming with this game already. The momentum kind of starting on Osseo's side here. I love that timeout.
First timeout that either team has taken in tonight's game. 14:59 to play here in the second half.
You know, we always talk about, you know, this game, it's such a game of runs. It's a game of momentum, but the great thing about high school basketball is it can switch so quickly. You know, and just as a coach, you got to feel for your team. Maybe Coach Cook sensing that as soon as that trap came out, maybe they hadn't talked about it yet tonight. He wanted to make sure they were prepared, knowing that they put themselves in a great situation here to possibly get a win, a huge win on the road.
Barta. Tharp, three-point shot is good.
How many girls you know are 6'3", play that well down on the block, and then can step out and knock down a three? Just really diverse player.
Tharp hitting 37% of her threes on the season, second to Allie Schmidt. And another turnover. It's Maple Grove basketball again. Entry pass intended for Melina. That was a tough entry pass, and turnover for Maple Grove. There's a look at the three by Tharp.
And not an easy shot too when you're coming away from the basket like that on a down screen, able to gather herself, get her footwork squared up, and knock it down. Big three.
Russell spins, shot not good, tipped up in the air. That's off the mark. Another try, and Russell's fouled. They'll go to the line for two.
You know, the question is, how is she able to keep this going? Watch how many offensive rebounds she gets. There's the end of it, getting fouled. And she's not overly tall. She's a very quick jumper, but just sometimes it's just instinct, knowing where that ball's coming off and just wanting it more. She goes up and grabs it, earns 2 free throws out of it.
Foul is on Tharp, her second. No one in the game with more than 2. Matter of fact, Tharp and Port of Osseo, the only players with even 2 fouls yet. Russell missing on her first foul shot. She's 2 of 4 from the line. That's 12 points.
I'll tell you what, she's got 12 points, which is obviously leading her team. But she's had to earn them here tonight. Other than some of those transition breaks in the half court, nothing has been easy for her. And I think that's a testament to Maple Grove, their team defense, and just the attention to detail and guarding a superstar like Kiara Russell.
And Tutway back in, Klein out for Osseo. And Russell missing both free throws. And it's Maple Grove basketball. steal by Osseo, and then Russell will bring it into the front court. Russell through the hands of Tutway.
Yeah, right idea, and Tutway just got to roll to the basket. For all you centers out there, you set that screen. Don't forget that a lot of times you'll be the one open. Got to roll to the basket. Got to have those hands ready. Right play. Osseo switching it up here, going to a 1-2-2 defense.
Barta to Schmidt.
Able to attack. They get the ball in the middle. Schmidt gets a really nice, easy layup.
Schmidt averaging nearly 10 a game. Her first basket tonight. Missed shot. Battle for the rebound. We'll get a foul. Foul will be whistled against Reed of Osseo, her first.
Yeah, and that time you see a little bit more confident Maple Grove team on the perimeter here. Again, Osseo in this 1-2-2 zone defense. Maple Grove just handling the pressure, able to have crisp passes.
Tharp 3. That one missed, and Russell gets it. Ahead to Hamola, layup in.
Well, and the mistake right there was Tharp, after she missed it, tried to run down that rebound rather than get back on defense, and it allowed Osseo to get another transition basket.
Binstock to Schmidt in the corner. Knocked away by Port, out of bounds. Off of Schmidt.
And there's a transition bucket for Hamola. And another turnover on Maple Grove. Osseo with a chance here to potentially get it down to within 3.
And Tutway, I'll hand off to Hamola. And Tutway on the block, turns. Good look at it, can't get it to go. Russell rebounds. Missed it. Another rebound for Russell, and she's fouling the door behind us. How many times does she get in the paint and just get rebounds off of determination?
Yeah, you can see Maddie Tharp just throws her hands in the air like, what am I supposed to do? You know, hands straight up. But again, that's a skill that Kiara Russell has. She gets the rebound, knowing how to draw contact, knowing how to get to the foul line. It's not by accident, folks, that she's able to do that over and over again. But in the bigger picture there is Maddie Tharp is going to sit down now.
Right, 3 fouls.
With 3 fouls, and the way she's been playing, hitting the 3 here, and I think more importantly, even just her defensive presence, her shot blocking, and what it's meant has been really huge in this game.
Russell hits 2 this time. 32-27. Excuse me, 28. And it's a 4-point game with 12.5 minutes to go. Binstock. Levitas back into the game, replacing Tharp. Port guarding her. Levita draws pressure, and Reed steps in, gets the steal. Ahead for Russell, and 2 more.
Well, that 1-2-2 zone, it's causing a lot of problems for Maple Grove right now.
Binstock to the basket. Didn't get the shot to go, but she draws the foul and will go to the line for 2.
You can just see, look at all the black jerseys around that ball. And Azaria Reed leading the fast break, and there's no one better to finish in transition than Kiara Russell. Again, using that right hand, her offhand, able to finish.
First free throw try for Binstock tonight. Can't get the shot to go.
And again, that momentum seems to be hindering now on the Osseo sideline. What can Maple Grove do to try to get that back to them? There's 2 missed free throws.
Rebound to Port. Orioles with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Hamola will bring it out front. Through the hands of Tutway. Russell. And now Hamola able to chase it down. And get a foul whistle against Limita.
Yeah, I think that was a travel. That looked like Hamola shuffled her feet. See if we can see that. Look at those feet move. I think that was it. I think Osseo got fortunate to get a foul out of that and to maintain possession.
13 foul on Maple Grove in the half, 2 on Osseo. Orioles having trouble inbounding, but they are able to get it into Jones. Now Reed will put it on the floor, draws a double team, offering Tutway, slides past her defender. will shoot 2. And again, it'll be on Lebanon. That'll be her second. So Amia Intutway, her first free throw tries of the night. Got her first point.
Yeah, she's got a nice touch, too, for a center. She's able to knock down that mid-range jump shot, and that time you could see it on the free throw.
Got them both.
Well, and guess what? We're tied again, John. I told you it was going to be back and forth.
Maple Grove had a big lead there, and an 8-0 run now for Osseo to come back to tie it.
Well, you don't want to get if you're Maple Grove, and there's a nice job at oh, that time they're going to get a travel. But what you don't want to do is Maple Grove, you don't want to become complacent here, where you're just passing around the perimeter, scared to make a move because you're worried about a turnover. You see Coach Cook not happy with the play or the call on that one.
They got the call on that one. Yeah. Oh, and a block underneath. Good block by Minar, able to block the shot of Port. Inbound for Osseo.
It's that fine line, nice crossover too. Watch the block here. Nice job without the foul, but there's that fine line of being, conservative, taking some clock off, but also staying aggressive, because Maple Grove, when they've been aggressive, they've had a lot of success. So you don't want to take your foot off the gas. You just got to do it in a way which you're taking care of the basketball.
Russell driving in the basket, too strong on the shot. In traffic, Reed rebounded, and she'll go to the line for 2. So Osseo getting some opportunities now to score from the free throw line here in the second half.
Well, that's the advantage of playing with someone like Kiara Russell. If you're a Zaria Reed, you love when she drives to the basket, because if she doesn't make it, your guy's going to go help, and you put into a great position to get an offensive rebound. And she's so athletic. That time she went up and got it, earned the trip to the free throw line.
Tharp's got to come back in. Coach Cook liked the way things were going. Despite the fact she has 3 fouls, she's back in here. Just under 11 minutes to go on the half. So Osseo 6 out of 8 here from the free throw line in the second half, and they're in front by 2. Side of the lane is Schmidt. Cross right wing to Binstock, and back out top to Barta.
This is where, you'd like to see Kenzie Barta get in there and attack.
3-point shot, too strong for Moline, but an offensive rebound and put back. And we're tied again as Tharp comes in off the bench and scores.
Well, she shows her impact not only defensively, but also offensively.
And Tutway gets the offensive rebound off the missed 3 by Port, and then the ball tipped out, and the Crimson have it. Binstock will bring it ahead. 10 minutes to go in the ballgame. We're tied at 34, almost a steal for Reed. To the corner to Tharp. Barta, Binstock, Moline, and back out top. Patient possession for Maple Grove. And a steal for Russell. Took it right away from Schmidt. She'll go to the basket, missed the shot, ball tipped. It looks like it went off of Port and out of bounds.
I tell you, Maple Grove just look tentative offensively, like they're scared to make a pass. I thought this was great defense by Binstock to challenge that without fouling there. Looked like a little bit of contact there, but Maple Grove fortunate with the bounce. But this, I like the switch. A nice job by Coach Moen here. A nice defensive switch.
Here's a steal for Russell. That is a layup. And a timeout for Maple Grove. Russell now with 18 points.
18 points and at least 18 steals, I'd say, too. I mean, just a basic pass, right? It's the old telegram, and you're looking right where you're going to throw it. Well, you can't do that against Osseo. She's too good, and she's too good at finishing like that. You got a ball fake. I'm sure that's one thing Coach Cook is telling his girls right now. We can't telegraph where we're throwing the ball, and we also can't play scared. That's why I love Coach Moen switching to that 1-2-2. It's gotten Maple Grove a little complacent, a little bit, not as aggressive attacking the basket, and I think that's hurt them here.
During the timeout, we've got a moment to talk about it, as well as with Osseo's upcoming schedule. Elk River, Ticino Grace, and Park Center. big game against both the Elks and Pirates, especially two very talented teams that they're going to have to play on the road. You notice the pink shirts that a lot of the Osseo fans and the players on the bench are wearing tonight. It's Box Out Cancer Night, sponsored by the Osseo basketball coaches, and it's all the monies are raised. They have T-shirts are selling, bracelets, silent auction items out in the lobby, and all the money goes to the Pay It Forward Foundation. It's a local foundation assisting families with family members going through treatment with some of their expenses. So
I'll tell you what, sports is such a big thing, but what it does is it brings you together and it allows you to have such a positive change on real issues. And you know, you got the tackle cancer and the football, and then the box out cancer here. I mean, it's just an awesome thing, and you love to see it. You love to see all these students passionately behind it, making a difference in really important things. So just an awesome thing that they're doing.
There's another steal for Osseo. This time it's Ari Jones.
Well, that'll drive a coach nuts after a timeout. First play back into a turnover.
Amola down for Klein in some traffic, able to get it out for a three for Reed. Great play by Klein. He had no chance underneath and found the open player Reed on the wing for a three-pointer.
He's not even finding though. How about just catching it and coming down and not traveling with the ball? That was a great play by Klein.
Osseo with its biggest lead of the game at 5. Barta with a 3. Too strong. Klein. Nice job to tap it to Hamola, who will lay it up. Missed it. Rebounded by Russell, trying to get it to Hamola and off Maple Grove and out of bounds. Osseo will beat possession.
And again, Maple Grove must get someone back. Defensive balance. Osseo, as soon as they can, they are looking to run and attack and try to get an easy basket in transition.
Here's Jones for 3. That's not good. Russell gets it. Up and in.
That was excellent boxing out by Maple Grove, and Kiara Russell snuck right in, being at the right place at the right time. She's just one of those players, John, has a knack for being where the ball is and getting buckets.
And almost got another steal. Actually did, but put it right into the hands of Barta, trying to save it inbounds. And Maple Grove ends up with 2.
The question is, will she get an assist for that? It was a heck of a save, but a nice job by Barta being at the right place at the right time.
Needed bucket for Maple Grove. Down by 5. And a tip away by Tharp. Trying to get it ahead for Barta. Reed couldn't steal. It's off of her and out of bounds. Right now the Orioles on a 17-4 run.
Yeah, being down 5 at halftime now with a 5-point lead at halftime. So really nice job starting the second half strong here at home.
Baseline drive, a little turnaround, and a big shot by Moline. We saw her contribute in the first half, her first basket here of the second half.
Well, and not to charge on that play, come to a controlled stop, nice spin. She's had a heck of a game, 8 points off the bench.
Amola high arcing 3, missed. Klein rebounds. Reed, 2-point shot, that won't go. Schmidt rebounds. Oh, and then missed on the pass to Binstock. Look at that basket by Moline a moment ago.
And look at the control here, shooting over a tall defender. Nice job. And again, another turnover, Maple Grove. Really with no pressure on them. Just, I think, playing at that fast pace, you have a tendency sometimes to make a decision before you really think about it.
Tie up on Port. Possession arrow. We'll give it to Maple Grove on the jump ball. Now the Crimson down just 1 possession here after trailing by 7 a moment ago.
You know, and for these girls too, there's a lot of fans in here, obviously, to watch this game, but also to watch the next game following. And it's tight, so you wonder who's going to be able to handle this environment, this pressure, especially when it's a nail biter. It's a 1-possession game.
From the corner, up and in for 3, and we are tied up. Maddie Tharp with the basket.
How big has she been tonight, John? Defensively, offensively, she's been huge. Remember, she's got 3 fouls, came back off the bench because they needed a lift, and she's giving it to them.
And Tutway missing. Schmidt to Binstock and into the front court. Crimson with a chance to take the lead with just over 6 minutes to play. Tharp drives, lost the ball. Reed getting it ahead to Port. Mina Port, scoop shot won't go. Rebounded underneath. Russell rebounds, will get a foul by Schmidt.
And there was the play earlier, driving kick Binstock over to Tharp from the baseline, her second three tonight. And she's had a huge impact on this ball game. And we, John, guess what? We're tied again.
Tied again, and now Osseo the rest of the way will be in the bonus. That last foul, the 6th team foul on Maple Grove, the 3rd personal foul on Schmidt. So she and Tharp with 3 fouls each. Nobody else with more than 2 in the game on either side. Here's Hamola driving off the glass and in.
I didn't think she had anywhere to go there, John. She just a nice little hesitation and hits a really tough shot.
Orioles' second leading scorer has 8 points tonight. Her team back in front. Drive through the lane by Barta, then gets it back out. Moline will take it. Oh, and gets blocked by Ntugway, and then off of Moline and out of bounds.
Ntugway coming over, help defense. It looked like that was going to be an easy layup for Moline. I thought that was the right move. I love Moline attacking, especially with the game she's had. Just great help side defense there.
Ford will try a 3. That won't go. Rebounded by Reed. Had it knocked away from her. Binstock has it from Maple Grove. Into the front court. Tharp. Oh, missed on the pass. Here's Port for Osseo. Off the glass, a little too strong, and pulled out by Barta. Ahead to Tharp. And we're tied again.
And really, I think the first transition basket I've seen for Maple Grove tonight in the game. And a nice job, nice box out by Barta. She kept Russell off the offensive glass, looked up ahead. Tharp runs the break, and we're tied again, John. What a game.
Russell up, not good. Rebound to Moline to Barta. Coach Cook telling his team, slow down, let's get a good possession here. Barta picks up her dribble. Tharp got it from Barta, and then Barta missing on the 3. Long tap out. Barta will fire up another one. That one won't go. To the corner, out of bounds off of Osseo.
And good looks, too, for Barta. She's a very capable three-point shooter. And it's a nice little set play they run. Barta as the point guard passes it, gets a fade screen, and she's got a couple of nice looks out of it. Ball gets tipped back out of it. And here's that transition break. Again, nice job, Barta, with the defensive rebound, passes it up to Tharp. I don't know if you saw that. If there's a way we can see that replay, it almost looked like a double dribble. Like both of her hands got on that basketball. Fortunately for Maple Grove, no call, and able to get really their first fast break points, I think, of the evening.
So the upcoming schedule and the last time out for Osseo. Here's what Maple Grove has coming up Tuesday. They're at Anoka, then host Park Center next Friday, and Tuesday the 26th at Spring Lake Park. Crimson with a chance to tie for first in the West Division of the Northwest Suburban Conference if they can win tonight.
Yeah, both teams would be 6-1 in conference. Here's a look. I want you to watch here if we can see this. Watch right there. Do you see that second hand
second
come
hand
on?
Came on it
I thought I saw that when it happened live, and that was after a dribble. And I know it's kind of nitpicky, but really lucky because that was a double dribble. But either way, it was a layup, and it tied the game. And Maple Grove is in a dogfight here with Osseo on the road. And just a great environment, and it should be a heck of a last 3 minutes and 54 seconds.
Barta able to get the ball in. Oh, it's off of Binstock. Jones was right there. And off of Binstock, and it's a turnover for Maple Grove.
Well, that's where Binstock has to come to the ball. You become a receiver where you need to step into the ball and meet that pass. Especially in a game like this where it's possession by possession. You can't have a turnover on an out-of-bounds ball.
Klein turns and shoots. Not good. Rebounded by Maple Grove. Binstock has it.
And Kate Klein, she can make that shot, but I think that's one Maple Grove would rather have Kate Klein shooting a tough, contested jump shot rather than let's say Azaria Reed or Kiara Russell getting a nice look.
Binstock across. There's an open look on a three. Missed by Tharp. Rebounded by Reed.
Even though that didn't go in, Binstock, that's the play. You drive in the middle. Defense collapses. She finds her teammate who's had the hot hand, and Maddie Tharp just unable to knock it down. And you wonder too, John, is the pressure starting to build on each one of these shots, each one of these possessions?
Russell spin shot off the glass, not good. Rebounded by Tharp. Under 3 minutes to go. We're tied at 43.
Coach Cook letting Kenzie know, hey, slow it down, settle down. We're in no hurry right now.
And the Crimson will take a timeout. Hope you're watching live on this Friday night. A reminder that coming up live at approximately 7:30, the boys game between Maple Grove and Osseo. Jay Wilcox will be here doing the play-by-play. Ryan, you get double duty tonight.
I love it. You couldn't ask for just, this is the third year in a row I've gotten to do this doubleheader, and I feel like every game is always close, highly competitive. You got great atmospheres. All these players know each other, so it's a little personal and just a lot of fun. And this year, especially with this great game, and how often you get two of the top 5 teams in the state squaring off. Should be a really, really fun second game in this doubleheader too.
Maple Grove ranked 3rd in the state in the boys. Osseo boys, although unbeaten, Maple Grove with 1 loss, is ranked 4th. And that one is coming up next for you live on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
And Maple Grove's 1 loss on the year.
Apple Valley.
Apple Valley,
yeah.
and that was a close game.
In overtime.
Yeah. So they're very deserving. Both teams very deserving of their ranking. And Osseo has that feeling. It's something that I'll get into in that broadcast. You win a football state championship, there's something contagious about winning. And a lot of those football players on this basketball team, and you just love their spirit, love Coach Tyson and what he's been able to do with that team this year.
And people are still filing in a good 40 minutes before tip-off for that boys game right now. Here's Barta putting it on the floor, draws a double team at the sideline, able to get it back out. Binstock over the head of Tharp and out of bounds.
It's just going to say a great job that time, Barta able to get rid of the ball before that double team came. Binstock, she had the right idea, just about a foot high. Otherwise, Maddie Tharp would have had a nice layup.
Ari Jones front court, hands off to Kiara Russell. 13 keeps it in her hands here, now backs off with the dribble, 2:10 to go. Hand off to Hamola.
And I think if you're Maple Grove, you want someone else to take the shot besides Kiara Russell. She's too good, too quick, too fast. See if you can force someone else to take a tough shot.
Hamola driving. Now to Reed, who's open in the corner for a 3. Not good, and rebounded by Barta. Binstock looking up court, and I think wisely chooses to hold up.
You're right. She was about to attack there. I think realized.
Moline's pass knocked away. Steal for Osseo. Russell didn't see it. Now able to pick it up. Minute and a half to go. We're still tied at 43. Possession again for the Orioles. Here's Russell. Now comes back out. Just started a drive and then thought better of it. Now we'll attack. Russell floater up, not good. Rebounded by Tharp and is fouled by Tutway.
2 things that stood out there, John. Binstock, excellent one-on-one defense against maybe the best player in the state. Secondly, Tharp, great box out, secures the rebound. That was a great defensive possession by Maple Grove. I think Osseo got what they wanted. They wanted Kiara Russell one-on-one to create and get a shot, and she did, and she got a good shot, just unfortunately did not make it. But excellent defense there by Maple Grove.
Only the 3rd team foul on Osseo in the second half. Binstock to Barta. Tharp with 1 minute to go. See how long they hold on this. Have to really shoot till the final seconds.
Yeah,
if they can hold that long.
I'm just going to say,
they may not be able to. Jones gets a tie-up. Omar Cook got a timeout before the tie-up. Boy, Jen Mullen and the Osseo coaches and fans not happy about that. They thought they had the jump ball first.
No, and we had a great job by our camera guys. You could see Coach Cook called that timeout while they still had possession. One thing that always bothers me in the game situations, and you can see right here as you're about to lose it, quick hands by Ari Jones. He called it right about now is when he called that timeout. So it was the right call. You don't want to wait till too late to get something going to the basket where you end up taking a bad shot, right? I always think if you can run clock down, but you take a shot when you get a good shot. And if you can make it with 15 seconds left, so what? Then you go play defense. A lot of times you see them where you wait till 2 seconds, you end up firing up a bad shot. Come out here with a set play at about 15, 20 seconds, run into it, and get a good look.
45 seconds to go out of the timeout. We'll see what the Crimson have drawn up here. Binstock.
And this is where taking care of the ball, watching Kiara Russell playing that passing lane. The last thing you want here is a turnover.
Schmidt drew it, went through traffic, and then stripped away. Hamola up. Oh, missed the shot. Russell gets it up. That won't go. Tharp had a hand on it. Kicked out, and Hamola out of bounds.
Wow.
Couldn't get a timeout. Didn't really have possession. I think that's why the referee didn't grant her a timeout. And now Mark Cook will take what I believe is his final timeout here.
What a sequence of events. I thought maybe Kiara Russell got fouled down there and no call, and then watch, just at the last second, ball goes out of bounds. So 2 opportunities for Osseo Maple Grove playing defense without fouling. And we're right back to where we were a minute ago. Tied up, Maple Grove with the ball, 16 seconds left. And this is where you got it. This is attention to detail, drawing up a play right now. I expect to see Maddie Thorpe with the ball in her hands, something going to the basket where she's either getting a shot for herself or maybe a driving kick to one of her teammates. But you want the ball in the hands of your senior leader right now. And you got to be careful too, because you know Osseo's thinking, hey, we need to get a steal, right? We need to play the passing lanes. This is where maybe you come out of the timeout with a back door or something to combat against that aggressive defense. Because you know Osseo is going to be all over the ball trying to get a steal.
43-43, 16 seconds to go.
Interesting too if Osseo will stay man-to-man or if they're gonna stay in that, or go to man-to-man or stay in that 1-2-2. It looks like they're gonna pick up full court. So just getting the ball inbounds has been kind of a difficult thing for Maple Grove.
Moline's got to get it in, and the ball is in, and then a 5-second call before the pass can come in. Osseo basketball. Molinar will check in, replacing Moline.
Great defense by the Orioles. Maple Grove has to have urgency, knowing that you got 5 seconds. You got to get open. I mean, watch the urgency here of the Crimson, just kind of jogging open. That's where you got to be sharp on your cuts, break into the ball, and as the person inbounding, got to feel that internal clock ticking down. Great defense. I like Jen Moen going to a man-to-man. They're picking up full court. Excellent job. They're going to have a chance here to get the ball back.
Full timeout here taken by Osseo. And I'm quite certain when Maple Grove was out of timeouts, otherwise Coach Cook would have perhaps taken one there. He saw it was getting close to 5, and it came, and Osseo forced the turnover. So the defense out of the timeout for Osseo creates the last possession, potentially, I shouldn't say last possession, potentially last possession for the Orioles.
So what are you doing now? There's Coach Moen. I would imagine you're going to get some type of action with Kiara Russell attacking the basket. Maple Grove's got to be in help defense. They got to send someone to Kiara Russell, force a difficult shot. But here's the tricky part. Shot goes up, you got to box out, especially when you have Azaria Reed, Kate Klein, you know, girls crashing the board, and of course Kiara Russell, the way she's been attacking the offensive glass. They got to secure the ball here if you're Maple Grove. And you force someone else on Osseo. If I'm coaching against them, I force someone other than Kiara Russell to take that last shot.
So here we go, 16.8 seconds officially to go here in the second half. Hamola getting it into Reed. Reed turning, puts up a 3, short, rebound, pulled down by Binstock to Tharp into the front court with under 10 seconds to go. Back to Binstock. She'll drive. What do we have? We're going to have a foul
And
looks like it'll be on Osseo.
Yeah. And really not a bad foul, John. That's only their 4th team foul, so it's not the bonus. So now it forces Maple Grove with no timeouts to have to inbound. Oh, and you're seeing Coach Jen Moen calling timeout. Interesting. Timeout on her. I obviously wanted to get her defense set up, but also allowing Maple Grove here
to get a play.
Yeah, to diagram a play that they want to go. It really not a bad foul by Osseo at all. You see Hamona step in there, tried to take a charge, which is nice, but foul, not a bonus situation. So really no harm, no foul. But interesting timeout now, giving Maple Grove a chance to diagram one last shot attempt to win the game on the road. And it's getting loud in here, John. I can barely hear us talk in our headphones.
When you look across from where we're sitting, the far side, that side of this field house is nearly full now up to the top, with the exception of the far left section across. All right, here we go. 3.5 seconds to go. Maple Grove inbounding, trying to win it in regulation. Inbound pass, oh, it's right through the hands of Schmidt and overtime.
How lucky is Osseo, because that was a heck of an inbounds play. Allie Schmidt had the layup. Watch this play. It was a screen, the screener, and no help right there. All she had to do was catch and finish. It goes through her hands, and we're going to overtime. Wow.
We've been stuck on 43 for a while, and that's the way we'll go to overtime as well. Leading scorers in this game, Kenzie Barta has 14 for Maple Grove. Maddie Tharp with 13. As you look at the field goal percentage, and Maple Grove has really struggled to shoot the ball tonight.
The thing you look at, John, is look at 66 attempts to 41.
Right.
25 more shots. A lot of that coming because of turnovers and offensive rebounds, but just a poor shooting game, you know, for a normally very efficient Osseo team.
Yeah, the second chance opportunities and not making them all. The reason that they're getting more shot attempts. Russell tonight with 20 points to lead Osseo.
And Osseo, their first game this year in overtime. Maple Grove, of course, won their first one, so they're 1-0. I don't know how much that matters in going into overtime. I think at this point, both teams are tired, both teams are hungry. And sometimes, too, that tension that builds up at the end of a game, whoever can keep that pressure up to start overtime. Sometimes one team has a tendency to relax a little bit. And if both teams can ratchet up that intensity, we should be in for a treat here for 4 minutes.
These teams will play again February 19th at Maple Grove.
We may still be playing this game February 19th.
Regan Tharp on the tap, and we are underway. Goes right to Russell. Missed the shot, but she's fouled. Russell goes down hard.
Well, that was a set play out of the jump ball. And you can see they wanted to tip that right to Russell. She gets it. Watch her turn the corner here in a hurry. And again, just knowing how to draw that contact. Great effort by Malinar, who did block it, but definitely got her with the body.
Osseo back in front. Russell tonight, 5 out of 8 from the free throw line.
Got 21 points, still under her season average of over 25.
Hits them both. Osseo back in front. Oh, and that one thrown away. And Amola with an easy chance up and in.
And that's what I told you, John. Sometimes in overtime, one team has a tendency to kind of fall off intensity-wise. And then there's a quick turnover in the first possession.
Malinar double teamed, and her pass is thrown away. With 2 turnovers on Maple Grove's first 2 possessions, that pass just completely missed anyone, and an easy 2 for Hamola and Osseo.
I think Barta thought Tharp was going to stay right there, and she was about to cut, just a miscommunication, and it leads to an easy 2 for Osseo.
Hamola's shot blocked by Tharp. Outlet pass to Malinar. Maple Grove has the numbers. Schmidt is fouled.
Well, and what's huge about that, they're going to call that on the floor. And again, Osseo, Maple Grove still not in the bonus, so not going to get 2 free throws out of it.
Foul's on Jones, her second. 5 team fouls now for Osseo. Inbound pass. Crimson still trailing by 5, and a 5-second call again on Maple Grove. A couple of key ones down the stretch here. Late in regulation, they get one here in overtime. An opportunity to score, and again, it's Osseo with the possession. So 3 turnovers for Maple Grove in the first minute of OT.
Yeah, and I credit the Osseo defense. I think just fearful of creating a turnover or a bad pass, you end up holding on to it. And Osseo's going to go into a stall here where they go with that double stacks, just trying to kill some time off the clock. Going to force Maple Grove to eventually have to foul them.
Russell on the floor, knocked away. Good defense by the Crimson. It's off of Maple Grove, and Russell and Crimson and the Orioles will inbound. And Tutway to Jones. You know, Osseo, the team that can be a little more patient offensively. Jones really getting pressured by Binstock. Timeout Osseo. 30-second timeout for the Orioles.
Yep, and a nice timeout by Coach Moen. Again, recognizing her team in trouble. But why is it, John, that if one team's having trouble inbounding the ball, to me it comes down to that you're not setting good screens, you're not setting your guy up, you know, little basic things. And that's where if a team's playing that great a pressure defense, that's where you got a ball fake, go back door, do something to break that pressure. And I go back to the possession with, was it 17 seconds left? Maple Grove had the ball, no timeouts, and you had a 5-second call. You know, that could have been the ball game right there. So I think you give credit to the Osseo defense and the way they've picked up the intensity in critical moments of tonight's game.
Each team gains an extra timeout in the overtime. So Osseo 2 timeouts remaining. Maple Grove 1. Possession arrow favors Maple Grove should there be a tie-up. And Mola will inbound it all the way to the backcourt to Jones. Ari Jones. Binstock gets over in front of her and a little too aggressive the second time and came onto the ball and commits the foul. And Jones will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
I don't think that's a bad foul, and I actually think Osseo lucky because it looked like Ari Jones extended that offhand a little bit. So not a bad foul. You're putting Ari Jones, who's normally a very good free throw shooter, but still kind of coming into her own, finding her rhythm.
In, out, and stays out. And rebounded by Barta. Into the front court comes Maple Grove. Or rather Tharp. Tharp getting it from Barta and hits a big 3. Maddie Tharp.
What a big swing of events, John. You're at the free throw line with a chance to go up 6. You miss the front end. A 3 on the other end, and it's a 1-point game. Maddie Tharp with her 3rd 3 of tonight's game. Very impressive.
2 minutes to play. Jones for Osseo, handed off to Kiara Russell. The team up by 1. Now Hamola. She'll drive to the basket, blocked by Tharp. And it's still Osseo basketball. Tharp getting the foul without committing the foul. Look at that 3 a moment ago by Tharp.
Nice job by Barta finding her partner, and Tharp that time, or Barta that time, hitting Tharp, who's trailing, and a nice job. She's hit her 3rd 3. Very, very big 3-pointer, maybe the biggest of her season this year.
16 points now for Barta. The Crimson still trail by 1 with a minute and a half to go in OT. Hamola out on the wing, out high to Russell.
You know, and this is where I would almost run another girl at Russell, get it out of her hands, foul somebody else with the basketball. But Osseo is going to be content to run as much time as Maple Grove is going to let them. At some point, they're going to got to get up, pick up the pressure, try to create a turnover. If not, get a foul.
Hamola lost it, but able to shovel it off to Reed. And now it's Jones with under a minute to go in OT. Jones will go left wing. Good defense by Binstock. Gets past her, drives down the baseline, and then hands off to Reed. Now to Hamola. 45 seconds to go. And now finally get a foul as Molinar comes out and fouls Hamola. I think there's a good choice. I mean, you want to play defense as long as you can, but you come to a point where you gotta get out there. And
you're trying to extend this game, right? And it becomes a free throw game. Neither team shot the ball overly well free throws tonight. And we just saw Osseo miss the front end of a 1-to-1. So you want to foul them. You want to give your team as much time, as many possessions as possible.
Amola for a 1-and-1. First time at the line tonight. High arcing free throw up and in. She's got 11 points and a big point there for the junior. Her team's up by 2.
Yeah, right on her average, 11.1. So she's a definite capable scorer, good shooter. And these are big free throws.
Second one up, and that is good. 3-point game. Moline back in for Maple Grove.
You know, with 43 seconds down 3, you don't need a three-pointer. I think here you look to attack, try to get any kind of good shot, whether it's a 2 or a 3.
Barta to the corner, drive down the baseline, short shot up by Moline. I thought that was going to drop.
I did
and a foul, and she'll go to the line for 2.
How about Moline tonight? The sophomore only averages 2.6. She's been huge. That time, I mean, there was no hesitation, complete confidence, rips it through to the baseline, and almost very nearly had a 3-point play.
Free throw missed by Moline. That was her first free throw tonight, has 8 points in the game. Second one is good. 2-point game, 33 seconds to play.
And if you can, you want to get it out of one of these guards' hands, maybe get it to Azaria Reed, you know, or even Ari Jones. But you don't want Kiara Russell, and you don't want Kamola to get the ball either.
Russell, the Reed of the corner for a 3. Missed the shot. Oh, I don't know that they needed that shot. And now Tharp, the chance to tie it or maybe win it here for Maple Grove with 9.4 seconds to go. How about that?
Well, I'm going to take your statement and magnify it by 1,000. I don't know if you need that shot. The answer is you do not need that shot. You're up 2 with 11 seconds left. You either hold the ball and take the foul and go to the free throw line, or you keep swinging it. It's one thing if you have an uncontested layup, but to take a contested three-pointer, Coach Mullen cannot be happy with that possession. And now you're back to Maple Grove with 10 seconds left and a chance to tie the basketball game or win it outright. But keep in mind, John, they've had a lot of trouble even inbounding the ball against this pressure defense. See if Coach Cook maybe develops a way to get the ball in bounds a little bit easier. What an ending, what a game. You could hear the collective sigh of the crowd when that shot was taken. Azaria Reed, she's hit a couple of perimeter shots tonight, but that's just knowing time, possession, time and score, when to take that and when not to.
Maple Grove out of timeouts. So if they have trouble on this inbound, they're not going to have a timeout to bail them out. Inbound will come in front of the Maple Grove bench near half court.
You know, this is where I tell my guys, try to drive, try to attack the basket, either get a layup or if anything, you get a foul. But you don't want to hold on to it too long here.
Binstock to Barta. Contested 3, missed, and that is it. And Osseo wins it. 49-47. In overtime. What a game.
What a game, and I think the key, John, was Osseo's pressure defense down the stretch and key possessions, and none bigger than right there, forcing a tough, contested, off-balance three-point shot at the end of a game. You know, you give hats off to Maple Grove. They came in here, they gave this team everything they could handle at home, and you can see there's not a big gap a talent or difference in these two teams. But what a game. There's a reaction. That says it all right there.
With the win, Osseo goes to 12-2, 7-0 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Maple Grove drops to 7-6 and 5-2 in the conference. And again, these teams will play February 19th at Maple Grove. Again, a reminder, if you're watching on this Friday night, tune in for the boys game. It'll come up in about 20 plus minutes here at Osseo High School. A terrific girls game. We hope the boys game can live up to that. Ryan, number 3 versus number 4 coming up in just a few minutes before a packed house here at Osseo.
That's some big shoes to fill. I don't know your top overtime 2-point game, but as exciting as this game was, I'm just as excited for the boys game. It's going to be number 2, number 3, a lot of fun.
So that'll do it for the telecast of the girls game. And for Ryan Iverson and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for watching our exciting girls basketball telecast. The Osseo Orioles win it tonight over Maple Grove, 49-47 in OT, the final.